just organized over 1,000 files in my downloads folder in less than 3 minutes. Like, actually move them, no coding required. I've spent 2 years helping business owners implement AI, and this is the first time that it feels like a real assistant that is accessible to non-technical people. One that actually does work, not just talks about it. This is Claude Cowork, and if you've heard about Claude Code but thought not technical enough, or you've opened it and have no idea what you're doing, this changes that. Let me show you what it can actually do. So what exactly is Claude Cowork? Well, here's the simplest way that I can explain it. So regular Claude is like texting a really smart friend, right? It's that back and forth thing. You ask questions, it gives you answers. Maybe write some copy for you, things like that. Great, but it can't actually do anything on your computer until now. So Claude Cowork has rolled out today, and you need to be using the desktop app for this. And so here is all the chats, and then you just go over here to Cowork. So it runs through a little secure sandbox kind of on your computer, and it can take actions on your files. So if you have used Claude Code before, you're probably like that. For a lot of non-technical people, this has just opened up a huge world for them to start using AI in their files with AI instead of copying and pasting. The beauty is that you can just talk to it, you can prompt it with natural language, and it'll be able to do stuff for you. So what actually do? Let me give you some ideas. You can organize your files and folders, like your downloads. If yours is anything like mine, that is chaotic to say the least. It can control your web browser, create Word docs, spreadsheets, PowerPoints, PDFs, but draw from your actual files and knowledge base. This isn't just text anymore. This is like a whole new world. I actually got it to grab a file, my podcast file, and cut it up into 5 soundbite clips. So you don't need things like Descript anymore. You can run this all through Claude Code or Cowork. So let me show you what this actually looks like, starting with my absolute disaster of downloads folder. So I just went over here to Cowork and hit organize files. So let's do that now. My downloads is now nice and tidy, but let's have a look. So we'll hit downloads folder here, and so you can see here it's starting to kind of create a prompt for you, and you just have to click the buttons. So I'm just going to hit allow as a safety feature. This is new tech. You can use always allow, but I want to like have that final say over everything for now. So I'm just going to hit allow. Organize this folder. So you can see here it's like built this out. Let's go. I don't know how this will go because I've just let it clean up my folder, but there are a few files now that it still needs. So you can see here now it's running the command in my actual desktop. So if we just hit this, I think it's all Python. I don't know. I don't have a technical background either. I'm with you there. So here's what it's proposed. So you can see here, because it's gone through and organized this, it has said, I've already got good organizational systems in place. I didn't 10 minutes ago. So it's saying keep this existing structure, which it created before, and then clean up. So it created a to review folder and archives to sort. So it's proposing to clean these up, and social media assets, etc. So I'm going to go through and review these now, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So I have basically gone through and confirmed which things that I am happy for it to change. And you can see over here now, it has created a to-do list, which I think is like a coding thing. I'm not sure. So it basically writes out what it's going to do. And then once it's done those things, it ticks them off. Check this out now. Like, look how good that looks. What would have taken me an entire afternoon or having to hire someone else, it has done this for me. And let's be honest, I've been avoiding this for maybe 12 months. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about moving files around. It's about what it can create too. So I just gave it access to my last podcast episode and asked it to create some sound bites for me. And so it created these. They're all short clips ready to share on my socials. And if I just click this now, it takes me to this, and so it's got all the clips here ready to share, and it's also created captions for me too. So let's keep playing with it. Let's get it to create something for us. Let's do a presentation. And and we'll do a training deck, and let's say how small businesses can use AI in 2026. And I'm going to actually take this out because it should draw from its knowledge of me. Understand my target audience from our previous conversations. And I'm just going to fill these in now too. We want this to be short and punchy with my right mode branding. Yeah, that'll do. Let's go. I wonder if it can pull in some of my branding assets. Actually, I'm going to ask it to do that. Use my logo and photos in the branding assets folders you have access to. We'll see how it goes with that. We'll just let it do its thing and see what it comes up with. All right, so you can see here it's searching through my files, it's found my social media assets, and it's having a look through those, and let's see what it's going to come up with. I can see here it's like managed to pull out my branding color. So I haven't given it much to work with, to be honest. You could actually create a full skill, which is your like branding skill, and it would have your fonts, colors, styles, all of that sitting in Claude, and Claude Cowork can then pull that in and just create stuff like this so much faster. But I obviously haven't set that up yet, so I'm making it work for it, and it's doing really well so far. Okay, sweet. So it has done its thing and the training presentation is now ready. Let's see how it has turned out. Let's see. It's got my branding colors correct. That looks pretty good. AI in plain English. It's nailed my branding, that's for sure. And it's created this really simple PowerPoint presentation, and it's grabbed a photo of me. Look, it's not perfect, but considering the prompt I gave it, that's pretty awesome. So yeah, it doesn't just organize files, it can create stuff too. All right, so this one made my jaw drop. You know those competitor research tools that cost like $200 a month to tell you what your competitors are doing? Well, watch this. I'm going to give Claude Cowork 3 competitors. I've got some high profile coaches here and their websites. And let's say, I'm just going to paste this prompt in. Research these competitors, look at their offers, their pricing, their messaging. Give me a summary of what they're doing and what an up and coming coach and consultant could do differently. Let's go. So it's going to think through this before it does the actual thing. So you can see here it is researching them. Also handy to know is if you hit here, just make sure you have like Claude and Chrome connected and any other connectors that you want. And as it says down here, if you don't know what these are or you don't have any connected yet, just hit manage connectors and it'll walk you through that setup. So you can see here it's researching all of these. So it's searching the web and working through each of these competitors. And what's really cool is you can see the types of prompts that it's using here. So it's gone to Marie Forleo's website, and this is the prompt for, you know, having a look at courses, services, etc. And then it'll continue doing that and collecting this data, which is just wild to me. All right, so this one made my jaw drop. You know those competitor research tools that cost like $200 a month to tell you what your competitors are doing? Well, watch this. I'm going to give Claude Cowork 3 competitors. I've got some high profile coaches here and their websites. And let's say, I'm just going to paste this prompt in. Hang on. All right, so here's the competitor analysis summary. Common patterns, content strategy, they're nearly identical. And then here it's breaking down what an up and coming coach could do differently. So skip the 10 years of free content first model, serve a different audience segment, different messaging angles. This took like 3 minutes, and this, you know, agencies charge a lot for this, and I just did it in 3 minutes with plain English. So they're just some of the ways that you can use Cowork. There are literally thousands of ways, and I can't wait to see non-technical people run with this stuff. So if you are a non-technical person, Claude Cowork is going to change the game for you. If you've been curious about AI, but maybe felt like most tools overhype chatbots, or you're just not seeing the ROI, this is different. If you've seen Claude Code demos and thought, I wish that I could do that, but it feels really intimidating or really technical, Claude Cowork is for you. If you are a business owner drowning in admin tasks you keep putting off, file organization, I'm also guilty of that, research, document creation, this could actually help. That PowerPoint that I made, you could create a skill with all of your branding that it pulls in, and each time you need to write a proposal, drop the meeting transcript in that, call on that skill, use Cowork, and you've got a deck in 5 minutes. Now, I'm not going to pretend it is perfect, okay? There's a few things that you need to know. It's still in research preview mode. It might have bugs because of this. It's kind of like we are using it and then Anthropic are going to iterate on the bugs that we find. You can only access what you give it permission to. So think of this like giving access to a staff member. You wouldn't want to give your staff members like full oversight of all of your financial data, things like that. So treat Claude Cowork the same. And finally, it's clear. It works best when you're clear with what you actually want. So like keep that outcome and the goal that you're working towards front of mind, and then work back from that. Communicate, delegate with Cowork so that you can work with it and it becomes this really collaborative tool. Because the more specific you are, just like when you're working with a human staff member, the better results you're going to get. And make sure you're giving it feedback so that it can close that feedback loop and learn, not you just kind of taking things out and tweaking it and not letting it know the changes that you have made. Look, this won't replace everything. You still need to direct it, review it, make decisions, but it is genuinely useful for a lot of things. And it just has opened this door for non-technical people now. So if you want to try this, you need the Claude desktop and you do need a Mac subscription. Look for Cowork mode in the interface and have fun with it. And I'll drop a link in the description to Claude if you're not familiar with that. Now, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, okay, this is cool, but I need help figuring out how to use AI in my actual business, that's exactly what we do in the Right membership. I will link that below. It's my membership for business owners who want to implement AI without the tech overwhelm, and we have fortnightly co-work sessions and a Build With Me session monthly, and it's an amazing community of women founders using AI and leveraging in their businesses. And so if this was helpful, please like and subscribe to this video as that helps support my work and get it out to more people. I am so grateful that you have made it this far, and I will see you on the next video.